Hi friends, my name is Bharat and I want to tell you the Android programming. From basics, you don't need any core Java knowledge for developing the Android application, but you just need only the basics of the Java to develop an Android application. Firstly, I want to tell how to set up the Android Studio and install the related SDKs and all. Let's see how to download the Android Studio. Google search, type Android Studio and open the link developer.android.com. After opening, click the download Android Studio, which is of 1.6 GB, and I have already downloaded the Android Studio, so I will not download here because it will take a long time. After downloading, just double click on the Android Studio.exe and install the files. After installing, it will automatically install the tools and SDKs related to the Android Studio. And now I will show how to create a new project in the Android Studio. After installing Android Studio, just open the Android Studio. If you want to create a new project, click on File, New Project, and after clicking the new project, give an application name, like I am giving sample here, and give a domain name, which is my domain is actually a Dino developers, and click on next. Here we have an SDKs related to the phones and tablets, VRs, TVs and Android Studio, etc, etc. Here we have a minimum SDK. We have to set this minimum SDK for the devices. We have to develop an Android application, and here I have noted the minimum SDK as Android 4.0, that is ice cream sandwich, and its API level is 14, and click on next. Here don't change anything, we just need an empty activity here, so click on empty activity and click on next. And here the main activity name and the layout activity underscore main will be present. Only click on finish. It will initialize automatically. After initializing, it will build the Gradle files of the sample project. It will build automatically, and it will take up to 1 minute to build the project. The project will be loaded, and here the process is running. It will take some time. Here firstly we should discuss about the which are the files we should create to develop the Android application. Here we have two files, one is a Java file and one is the XML file. Here the Java file is main activate.java, which is this, and here the Gradle build is still running, so it's showing some errors, so wait for until it runs. Next there is a XML file which is activity underscore main, which it will give you some idea to develop to layout the thing, that is which you should see some buttons like that on the mobile. The layout will be designed by using this XML file. XML file is like this. Here we have so many layouts, widgets and so on. You can add some of these layouts and widgets to layout your screen. Here the default will come a hello world view, and the code will be here present on the text. Here it is a default, it is used as a relative layout and one text view. And let's start programming. If you want to add any buttons or something on your layout file, just add some buttons like this by click and dragging here. And after click and dragging, if you want to change some IDs or buttons, just right click, just double click on it, and the which should be our button will be one button like submit. So I'm giving a submit text, and we should give an ID to the button so that we can link the Java files and the XML files buttons. I'm giving here the ID as ibtn submit, and next I'm taking another button like small button. I will take a small button, which is I will give a text as a next page, and after clicking the next you will go to the next page and so on. And I will give the button as a ibtn next, and the code related to this will be automatically generated on here. That is, here the button which is a submit button, and here the button which is a next button. After clicking the next button, you should go to the next page, that is under activity. Every activity contains one activity file and one XML file, so we should create another XML file for another activity. So to create another XML file, right click on this layout and new and layout resource file. After clicking, you should give another file name for that. I am giving like activity underscore next, and click OK. It will load under, like, see here, activity underscore next dot xml, and here we will give on the button like one button which will be a button like previous. Okay, and I will give the ID as ibd and pre, and okay, that's it. Next, for every activity we should it should contain another Java file also, so we should create another Java file for this. Create, like, right click on this and Java, new Java file. Here we should give the name, so I will give next, I will give the next dot Java next. It will automatically generate next file from here. And for linking up the buttons, firstly we should link that activity underscore main and main.activity. These Java file and the XML file are both are that means connected by using a set content view method, which we have a set content view r.layout.activity underscore main. That is, here the main activity is interlinked with r.layout.activity underscore main.xml. That is, this activity contains the layout file of this. That is, first we should create a buttons in this. Actually we contains two buttons in activity underscore mains, that is one button for submit and the for next. For action we create both the buttons like this. First buttons, I will give one for sub comma another for next. It will show some error, just click alt enter to automatically import the related files. Here we have imported the widget.button, it will automatically imports. After that, inside the onCreate method, because onCreate method is the starting method in Android programming, that is, the execution will be starts from onCreate method only. On clicking the inside the onCreate method, first you should interlink the buttons in the XML file and in the main activity.java file. So we should both interlink this here, the submit button, and on the layout.xml this button, by using their ID. Here the ID is used for this, for the interlinkation. Here we use here we should interlink the submit button and next button with the XML file. So first we will write sub is equals to, it's a type of button, right? So we'll create a button and find UI ID method, view by id method, so that we link the here the sub and here on the XML file submit button by using the id. So we use the find view by id method. Here we give the where the id exists. The id will exist in or dot id dot. We give the id as ibn submit. So we give like this. uh, so okay, next the button here sub and the submit are interlinked, and next we will create another next for also next button, which is a type of button. So button, on which we linked by using find view by id method, where the id exists is in a resource file, that is r.id.ibtn next, which is the next. Okay, okay, next we will give the listeners for this. Only we are using only a single button for this listeners, that is next button, which when we click a next button, then another activity that or another page will be opened. So we will give the listener for the next button only. The listener will be created like this, that next dot set on click listener. Set on click listener is a method. When a button is clicked, the set on click listener method will be initiated. Set on click listener. Here we will create a new on click listener, which automatically creates a on click method. On click method will be created for this. Non click listener, when a next button is created, the related execution, that is the statements in this on click method, will be executed. So here we give a start activity, that is from one activity to another to move from one activity to another activity, we use the method as start activity method. In this we give a new intent, so that we move from this activity to another activity. That is one activity is main dot this is this activity, and we should give another activity from which to move from this to main activity to which page we have to move. The next activity we have created is a next dot class. We should declare as a class file. Now the statement executes that when you click a next button, it will move from the main activity page to next page. Okay, next we should create same like this button. In this we have a single button, that is a previous button in the next.java. Here next extends, we should extend this by using an activity. Okay, the activity package will be automatically imported, and in this activity first we should declare a button. We have only single button, so we will as a pre, I will give it as a pre, and we should create a on create method. You can create on create method by simply like on CRE, and it will automatically shows the related, and click on enter, it will automatically create the on create method. In the on create method you should give the where the layout file exists for this next.java. Here the layout can be linked by using set content view method. Set content view, where the exist is or dot layout dot what the name of this add activity underscore next. Next we should create the link between the button in the activity underscore next and next.java by using the id. First we will create pre is equals to what the type of this is a button, so we will give a button. Next, how do we interlink this by using find view by id method or dot id name, that is where what you have given the id, that is ibd and pre. The link between the buttons are finished. Next you should give a set on click listener method, that is after clicking the previous button you should give some action to be performed. I am giving like a pre dot set on click listener, same method set on click listener, and here we give a new on click listener method. It will be initiated when the previous button is clicked and the following on click statements are executed. And here we'll give start activity, start activity. In this we will create a new intent file where from where to where, that is from next dot this, this means it contains only on this page, that is, so we give this and comma next to which class we should go, that is main activity dot class. That's it. That is, on clicking previous we will execute this start activity. Okay, next perform, we will run this before running this we should define every activity in a Android manifest file. Android manifest file is which contains an application tag. In this application tag every activity will be declared, and first activity is a main activity, that is we given this as a name as dot main activity. So the main, it is a launcher activity, that is when you click the application the first page will be shown by this activity. So main activity will be showed, and every activity will be declared in this. Like I will declare this activity name is, we have only one activity extra, that is dot next, and we will close this. That's it, and we will run this. I will first, you should create an Android virtual device manager. I have created 3 virtual devices. You can create by using the here create virtual device button, and here we create a phone or a tablet or anything, giving the versions of this name, anything or size related to that. After clicking next, giving the sorry giving the versions, that is 6.0 or anything, KitKat or Marshmallow or something, and create next and give the name for this, and create finish to create the Android virtual device. I have created already 3 Android virtual device. I will run this Android virtual device, which is Android 6.0, which runs on Android 6.0. Okay, the Android starting AVD. Okay, here the Android virtual device AVD, that is AVD is running. It will take some time to load, but we can use our mobiles to connect with by using the USB debugging. By connecting our mobile with USB and by enabling the USB debugging, you can also run these applications in our mobile directly without creating any AVD. Okay, it will take some time. Next, the AVD is run, and we will run this project in this AVD by just clicking. Okay, let's see how to run our project. By clicking the app and run button, it will show which are the connected devices. Here we have one connected devices that's running, and click on OK button. It will gradually build, that is the APK file will be installed in the emulator, and it will run in this emulator. And the launching activity, that is the main activity, will be launched. Main activity is launched. In this we have contains the text, submit button, next button. Submit button don't have any on click listener, so after clicking it also there will be no action. The next button have an on click listener method. By clicking this there will be an action, that is moving to another activity, this next activity. Here the previous button also contain one action, that is by clicking it will move back to the main activity. And that's it for today. If you like my video, just like my video,